When people say like video craft, they don't actually play the game. I mean like I haven't even collected like, what the fuck? Look, holy shit, I haven't even done any of this. What is this? Oh, I haven't done this either. Dude, I spent too much time on video crafting and like not actually doing any Genshin related items, so that's me. It's more fun to do map, okay? It's more fun to do map, okay? What is this? Nani kore? Zoom out map and show your area completion and lever. 96, 86, 100, 100, 94, 84, 88, 85, 85, 85, 50, 84, or 95, sorry. 77, 59, 69, fucking 0, 29. I always make content on the slightly more negative side of things, just because if you're gonna spend like, in my opinion, if you're gonna spend $200 for a character, it better be a good one, right? So that's why I always focus a little bit harder on the negative, because I think it's like $200 is a lot. It depends on the person, obviously, but $200 is a lot for some people. Again, I said this before, and even at my corporate where people do make pretty good amount, a lot of us still found $200 is really expensive. In fact, like they even pay us to gotcha. They pay us separately to spend in Genshin Impact. In case you guys didn't know, they give us money to spend on other video games, so people spend it on Genshin Impact. So we get free money to spend on Genshin Impact, and people still find $200 expensive, and that's just the reality. Here you can see this is how we do it. So you can see I spent $100 to MiHoYo, right? So I just make this claim to like, hey, I spent $100 on Genshin Impact, and I want to claim this as one of my benefit on spending video game, and then they just give me the money back. Like this is one of the perks in our company. This is why you work in the game studio. So yeah, I literally get money to spend on Genshin Impact. Not even kidding. So that's why I'm very strict. I'll be honest, I'm very strict when it comes to doing character analysis. A lot more strict than other people. Especially with the YouTube meta just calling everyone broken, which I really hate. I really hate the fact everyone just call everything broken. So the way I'm making content right now is we go through 3 phases. We have the pre-release analysis video that is meant to talk shit about characters, to get my purpose on pre-release is so that you don't pull on day one. Right? I don't care if it's wrong, and it's probably wrong because that's what, without getting a characters on our hands, it's really hard to be correct, right? It obviously was correct on the Yomi one, but that's only because we got to play Yomi, right? And I'll be honest, pre-release analysis are bound to be wrong. If I can like fully predict everything, then I'll be Jesus. But the point of pre-release is just to get you not roll that character on day one, and that's all I care. As long as you don't roll on day one, that's all I care. Right? I don't care if I'm wrong. In fact, it's better if I'm wrong, because generally I go on the negative on the pre-release analysis. So if I'm wrong, that just means the character is good, and that's good for everyone, right? So it's actually better for me to be wrong. Okay, and then we do day one impression, right? Day one impression are generally not based on mathematics. Day one impression are not based on calculation. They're not really based on mathematics. They are mostly focused on gameplay problem by doing gameplay testing. Because before we can do the math, we have to A, analyze how the character actually works in gameplay. People have this idea that video crafter don't use gameplay in their math, but it's the opposite. We need to figure out how the gameplay work before we do the math. That's why math take a long time. Aside from the actual calculation process itself, math take a long time because it's just really hard to do so, and you have to factor in every single gameplay, right? For example, how much energy recharge do you need on Xiangling, given that you run a full team and you run a Raiden? That is very hard to figure it out with just a calculator. You have to do a lot of testing to find what is the sweet spot that you can get away, because you want to go as little ER as possible on your Xiangling, but you want to have enough to recharge your energy, right? So that would be tested during gameplay. And then once you have that value, once you are confidently able to say, okay, with only 140 ER, my Xiangling can recharge her energy fully with the energy given by Raiden, right? Then once you know this, you go and calculate the damage that Xiangling gets. It's like, okay, given that I can lower my energy requirement from like 180 to 140, what is the amount of damage I can gain on Xiangling? Now that's something you can calculate, and then you can draw a conclusion after that. So that's why calculation take a long time. And so in general, my day one impression is to highlight potential character issues that will hinder the calculation and hinder the character itself, unless that character might not have any issues to begin with, right? Once again, my goal on first impression is to get you to not put that character on that day and wait for the actual review by either myself or by other people in a week or two. Cursing main generally do a week and a half. I try to do a week just because I know people cannot wait, so I try to do it in a week. And Cursing main do a week and a half to two. And I know some other people do, I think Slice try to do it in a week as well, but he do it later in the week, right? So that's something more accurate, because anything on day one is never gonna be accurate. I'll be honest right now. Nobody on the internet, nobody, not a single content creator, not a single video crafter can properly, accurately review a character on day one. Right? Not a single content creator. Any video you see on day one or day two or day three are always fucking wrong. Okay? I'm just gonna say it right now. Okay? Chayo is a character who took a month to figure it out. Kazuha is a character who took a week to figure it out. Raiden is a character who took like a week and we're still counting to figure it out. Eula is like, I don't know. I think Eula is like 1 or 2 days because Eula is simple. Wu Tao is simple. But there are characters that are bound to take a while to figure it out, right? And maybe Keikomi will take a week to figure it out as well. So just wait if you can. I know people cannot wait. People cannot wait, okay? People just cannot wait. Otherwise there would not be. If you just look at the chart that people have been talking about, you know people cannot wait. Let me look at the chart right now, right? Like this, for example. Like, every time you see this chart, you see that people always pull on day one. Day one pull, day one pull, day one pull. And then you have cases where Kazuha, where it's like a lot of people pull on day one, and then people slowly figure him out, like he's good, and then people are like, okay, he's good now, so let me pull him, right? So you wait a week and a half, and then people are like, okay, Kazuha is actually really good, we're wrong. And then you go and pull him, right? You lose absolutely nothing, except for the fact that you didn't get to play with Kazuha for a week. In general, pulling 2 weeks later than pulling on the first day is way better, right? Because if you pull on the first day, and that character end up not being good, you lost all your primo. But if you wait 2 weeks and then now people say, okay, the character is good, you can pull, you still have that character. You just had to wait 2 weeks, but people just cannot do it because, you know, even though the banner is not going anywhere, but everyone wants to play with their shiny new character on day one. So that's why this charge exists like this. So basically Genshin become this like echo chamber. I mean, it's like the same as every community. There's always echo chamber, but I feel like it's been going bad on Genshin. That's why I want to talk about the stuff I talked about, because I want to correct expectation. Like for example, like starting with Yoimiya, right? Like let's say like you have a general power level like this, and this is like the most OP character, and this is like bad character. Wu Tao would be like, Yoimiya would be like, let's say here, right? So when TC, like video crafters say like, oh my god, Yoimiya is bad, it's because she's bad compared to other character, right? So let's say like Xiangling would be like here, Hu Tao would be like here, Dalu would be like here. Like let's say every character is here. So if Yomi is here, then the gap between her and like everyone else is so big that Yomi appear bad in relative to other character, right? So it's not worth rolling because you can just play stuff here. But is Yomi like really that bad? The answer is no. She's still here. She's not the bottom, right? But it became really bad that we have this echo chamber. It's like so I would say like, oh, Yomi is bad because, you know, she's here, right? And then the person next to me would be like, oh my god, he said Yomi is bad. And then the person also, he would tell his friend, and then his friend would be like, oh, Yomi is bad, that means Yomi is here, right? And then that person's friend would tell his other friends like, oh, Yomi is bad. And then that person would think like, oh, Yomi is bad? Oh my god, she's here. And then he would tell his friends like, oh my god, Yomi is really, really bad. And then like, so it starts going down the rabbit hole and it's like here. And then like eventually people arrive at the conclusion like Yomi is mega bad, even though she's like here. And it's the same situation with Kazuya. So I made a video like Kazuya is overhyped because I truly think he is, right? So Kazuya was like here. Let's say he was here, right? Like theoretically, not actually. So he's really good, right? I put him at 4 or 5, right? So this is 5 out of 5, right? And Kazuya is like 4 or 5. That's why I put him, and he's here, right? And then we would say Kazuya is good, and then the next person would come in and be like, oh my god, he said Kazuya is good. He's so good. You need to roll him now. And then that expectation get correct up to here. And then that echo chamber keep going until you get here. And that's why I made the video that I did about Kazuya being overhyped. Because now people truly think he is here. But in reality, he was here. Like, he's still really good. He's here. But he's just not all the way here, right? Because there's a gap between here and here still. So this is the power of echo chamber. It's like the next person interpret the previous message differently, but a little bit higher, right? Higher. And we see this again with Raiden, right? Like Raiden, right now I have her at 3 out of 5, so she's in the middle. Like, she's not crazy. She's not like crazy good, right? Like here, but she's not actually that bad. Like, I actually said she is fine, okay? So Raiden is here. And then once again, we have this echo chamber, especially since the Yomiya case. It's like, oh my god, Raiden have this issue. Downgrade, Raiden have this issue, downgrade, Raiden have this issue, downgrade. And once again, you have this echo chamber just keep going down the rabbit hole until she's like, oh, until people think like, oh my god, Raiden unplayable, Electro unplayable, complete garbage. When that's just not true, right? Like, it's fine to be in the middle, and that's what we call characters that are like not too good, but not too like bad. Like, this is a balanced character, right? In fact, she's probably closer to like a bit here. In the gap here, but that's fine. Like, she's not as good as other Archon character or even like Kazuya, but people are like starting the echo chamber. It's like, oh my god, keep going down. And that's pretty much why I make the video that I do, is to start correcting expectations, start correcting people from like the bottom back to up here. And the same, it's not just this direction, right? Like, again, the Kazuya, I'm trying to bring people back from the top to the middle. And Raiden, I'm trying to bring people from the bottom back to the middle a bit, you know? Just correcting expectation overall in general. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is.